Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that Joe Rogan, yes, the Joe Rogan, the man who calls out everyone from politicians to billionaires, just said something that shattered the internet? Flushed face because, apparently, Charlie Kirk's widow wasn't grieving alone. She was hiding someone. You heard that right. On a recent podcast, Rogan dropped one single sentence that set social media on fire. A cryptic comment about how grief connects people in ways outsiders can't understand. And boom, fans lost it. Within hours, Reddit was melting down, YouTube detectives were zooming into screenshots, and TikTok went full FBI mode trying to figure out who she was with. But here's the twist. This wasn't said as a joke. Rogan's tone? Heavy, serious, like a man holding onto a secret that could rewrite a legacy. And when Joe speaks like that, people listen. Because this isn't just gossip, it's betrayal wrapped in sympathy, and the internet can smell blood. So buckle up, because tonight, we're breaking down how one podcast clip just exposed a story that could destroy reputations, rewrite grief, and reveal what really happened behind closed doors. It started like a whisper, quiet, unbelievable, and too shocking to be true. One podcast, one sentence, and suddenly, Joe Rogan, the man whose voice can move millions, had just cracked open a secret no one saw coming. His words weren't casual or funny this time. They were heavy, the kind of tone that makes a studio go silent. Sometimes grief connects people in ways outsiders can't understand, he said. Simple, right? But in that one line, listeners heard something else. An implication. A secret. A confession wrapped inside empathy. The clip spread across the internet faster than a rumor in a small town. Within minutes, Joe Rogan, Charlie Kirk widow, was trending on every platform. Podcast fans rewound the moment again and again, studying every blink, every pause. On Reddit, a thread exploded. Was Rogan hinting at an affair? Others fired back. He wouldn't say that unless he knew something. And that's how it began. A digital wildfire that no PR team could contain. Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk, had been the picture of grace since her husband's sudden passing. Dignified, private, unshaken. To the public, she was the face of faith under pressure, a woman who smiled through tragedy. But now, that smile was being re-examined frame by frame. Every old photo, every social media caption suddenly looked different under Rogan's spotlight. Was she grieving or hiding? By the next morning, gossip outlets smelled blood. A TMZ correspondent claimed off record, "Producers have been trying to book Rogan's team all day. He's not answering." One anonymous employee from the Joe Rogan Experience whispered to an online blog, that wasn't off script. Joe knew exactly what he was doing. He's seen receipts. Receipts of what? No one could say. But the implication was enough to set comment sections ablaze. And then came the first fake leak. A blurry screenshot appeared on X showing a direct message allegedly between Rogan's producer and a tabloid editor. It read, "She's seeing someone close to Charlie's circle. That's all I can say." Authentic or not, the image racked up 2 million views overnight. Everyone was now convinced there was a someone, a hidden name behind the widow's calm exterior. To make matters worse, a fan clipped an old video from a charity gala 2 years ago. The footage showed Erica talking to a man in a gray suit, laughing, touching his arm, while Charlie stood across the room. The fan slowed the footage to half speed and captioned it, "The body language never lies." Within hours, the video had 5 million views, spawning endless reaction videos with titles like, "Was this the beginning?" and "Joe Rogan was right." Reporters flooded Rogan's management inbox. Silence. Not a single clarification. And that silence became gasoline. When Rogan doesn't deny, people assume truth. His listeners have seen him challenge presidents, comedians, scientists, so if he hinted at something personal, it had to be real, right? Meanwhile, inside the conservative media bubble, chaos brewed. A host from a rival podcast said live on air, "Look, I respect Joe, but he crossed a line here. You don't bring up a widow's private life." Others defended him. He didn't accuse her of anything, he just spoke truth. And like every online scandal, the moral lines blurred fast. Then, an alleged friend of Erica's gave an interview to a minor YouTube channel, voice disguised, face blurred. "She's been lonely," the voice said softly. "People think she's moved on too fast, but she's just trying to survive." The clip went viral. Viewers flooded the comments. "That's her best friend from college. That voice is fake. This just got real." Whether staged or genuine, the emotional tone hooked everyone deeper. By day 3, major networks picked up the story. One headline screamed, "Rogan's podcast comments spark speculation around Erica Kirk's private life." Another wrote, "Grief or betrayal?" Fans divided after Rogan's revelation. Even mainstream talk shows debated whether Rogan was exposing hypocrisy or exploiting pain. Back online, self-proclaimed investigators began building timelines. They noticed Erica had quietly deleted several old photos of Charlie from her Instagram months ago. Proof she was preparing to move on, one TikToker declared. Another countered, or just trying to heal privately. But nuance doesn't trend. Accusations do. An entertainment blogger named Maya Del Rey claimed to have seen texts between Erica and a media consultant linked to a political nonprofit. They were flirty, emotional, late-night kind of messages, she told her audience. Nothing criminal, but definitely intimate. No screenshots, no verification, but her video got 4.6 million views and counting. The frenzy reached its breaking point when an alleged audio message surfaced on a gossip subreddit. The male voice, deep and weary, said, "I shouldn't have let it go this far. She's grieving, and I just got pulled in." Within hours, fans convinced themselves it belonged to the same consultant. One user even matched the waveform to his past podcast appearance. "It's identical," they claimed. Behind the scenes, people close to Erica were panicking. A supposed family acquaintance told Hollywood Dispatch, "She's devastated. She can't believe one podcast sentence did this much damage." But others weren't buying it. "If it wasn't true, why not say so?" a commentator asked during a viral live stream. And that's the cruel beauty of public scandal. Denial always sounds like damage control, and silence always sounds like guilt. As the story spiraled, another layer emerged. Charlie Kirk's parents. Normally private, they released a short, heartbreaking statement through their foundation's website. "We ask for compassion and restraint during this difficult time." But compassion doesn't trend. Screenshots of the statement were instantly flooded with arguments, jokes, and conspiracy theories. Some fans insisted the family already knew. Others claimed the parents' silence confirmed everything. Late that night, a so-called insider emailed multiple blogs with a new claim that Rogan had been approached weeks earlier by someone who wanted to clear their conscience. The email alleged that the person provided proof of emotional infidelity and that Rogan chose to hint rather than expose. No one verified the email, but its existence became the next talking point. And somewhere between outrage and obsession, people forgot there was a real human at the center of it, a widow who hadn't said a single word. Erica remained offline, her social media accounts frozen. Every hour she stayed silent, speculation doubled. Some said she was preparing a lawsuit. Others believed she was too heartbroken to speak. And some swore she was writing a tell-all statement that would end Rogan's career. Meanwhile, podcasters dissected Rogan's motives. Was it moral duty? Was it guilt? Was it clickbait? His co-hosts avoided the topic entirely. Fans watching the next episode noticed he looked distracted. Normally outspoken, Rogan skipped questions about loyalty and relationships, steering the conversation to elk hunting instead. The avoidance only deepened suspicion. Then came the biggest twist yet. An anonymous post appeared on 4chan's gossip board, claiming the entire affair wasn't about romance at all. It was about money. The poster alleged that Erica and the supposed mystery man were tied to a consulting firm that had quietly received large donations from a Kirk-affiliated nonprofit after Charlie's death. The implication? Emotional support might not have been the only connection. Suddenly, the narrative shifted from secret affair to financial scandal. News headlines evolved overnight. Rogan's comment accidentally uncovers possible charity misuse. A political journalist tweeted, "This just went from gossip to investigation." But before anyone could verify, more chaos struck. An alleged deleted voicemail, supposedly left by Erica, surfaced online. The voice sounded fragile, whispering, "I just need to be left alone. Please stop calling." The internet played detective again. Was it to her mystery man? A family member? Rogan himself? Nobody knew, but everyone had a theory. By now, the timeline looked like a crime scene. Day 1, Joe drops the bomb. Day 2, leaks start spreading. Day 3, friend interview airs. Day 4, family statement. Day 5, financial rumors hit. And by day 6, the entire digital ecosystem revolved around one woman's silence and one man's sentence. Because when Joe Rogan talks, people don't just listen, they believe. But what if belief becomes the weapon? Because as we're about to see next, the deeper the story goes, the darker it gets, as secret emails, podcast producers, and unexpected confessions turn this from gossip into something much more dangerous. By the next sunrise, what began as an internet whisper had mutated into a full-blown digital investigation. Every platform, every podcast, every late-night talk segment had one headline pulsing across their screens. Joe Rogan exposes the widow's secret. It wasn't just gossip anymore. It was content currency. Everyone wanted a piece. A journalist from a mid-tier outlet claimed to have spoken with someone inside Rogan's production crew. The anonymous source said, "There's more coming." That clip wasn't even the heavy part. Within hours, that single quote was recycled across 40 websites, each twisting the words differently. More footage coming. Rogan sitting on proof. Widow under investigation. None of it confirmed. All of it viral. Then came the receipts. A Reddit user posted what looked like screenshots of a hotel reservation under the name E. Kirk with a second guest marked as private companion. Dated 3 months after Charlie's passing. A simple post. 1,000 comments. 10 million views. Within minutes, bloggers were connecting it to a motivational speaker conference in Phoenix that same weekend. Photos surfaced showing Erica on stage giving a speech, and in the background, the blurry outline of a man sitting in the VIP row, face half hidden behind sunglasses. Fans swore it matched the mystery consultant's jawline. Still, the rumor needed oxygen, and the internet gave it in gallons. Influencers began posting timeline breakdown videos, complete with dramatic music and color-coded charts showing overlaps between Erica's travel history and the consultant's public appearances. One creator even used AI voice reconstruction to recreate a conversation between them based on text messages from an unnamed tech insider. Completely fabricated, completely addictive. Millions watched anyway. While all this unfolded, Rogan's silence became the loudest voice in the room. During his next podcast episode, fans flooded the live chat. "Talk about Erica. We heard the clip, what did you mean?" But Rogan kept it professional, deflecting every question with dry humor. Still, viewers noticed subtle tension. His co-host looked uncomfortable. The mood felt cautious, controlled, like a man walking through verbal landmines. Then something unexpected happened. A guest on that very episode, an ex-FBI profiler promoting a book on digital deceit, joked mid-conversation, "You'd be surprised how many public figures hide grief behind new relationships." Rogan's smirk froze for half a second. Viewers clipped it instantly. He blinked when she said it. One TikTok caption read, and that blink became evidence. Meanwhile, the so-called mystery man finally got named. A fringe news site published an exclusive claiming the consultant's identity was Mark Ellison, a 37-year-old communications strategist who once worked with Charlie Kirk's foundation. They included a side-by-side photo comparison and a leaked email chain supposedly showing Mark arranging travel accommodations for Mrs. K. Mark immediately deactivated his social media accounts, which only made the internet more convinced he was guilty. By midweek, media chaos collided with personal tragedy. Erica was photographed for the first time since the scandal began, leaving a church parking lot with her head down, wearing oversized sunglasses. The headline read, "Grieving widow or guilty partner. America can't decide." That photo alone became the thumbnail for 200 reaction videos in 24 hours. Then came the so-called hush money claim. A gossip channel posted a pixelated PDF of what looked like a bank wire. $45,000, confidential consulting fee. Vision South LLC. The internet connected the dots instantly. Same shell company name that had popped up in Part 1's rumors. Proof. Commenters screamed. They tried to bury it. Whether the document was real or photoshopped didn't matter. Truth online isn't what's proven, it's what's believed first. A fabricated interview followed. A local Phoenix reporter claimed to have spoken with a hotel staff member from that weekend. The anonymous bellhop allegedly said, "They looked happy, not hiding." He kept calling her E, and she laughed. The segment aired at 11 p.m. and trended before midnight. CNN never mentioned it, but YouTube didn't need CNN. The clip alone fueled an entire week of speculation. Even other celebrities started chiming in. A stand-up comedian on X wrote, "Joe Rogan out here starting love story investigations like he's the new TMZ." A podcaster replied, "He only says what everyone whispers." Every meme, every retweet kept the scandal breathing. Behind the scenes, Erica's legal team was mobilizing. According to a leaked email sent to a journalist, her lawyers had contacted Spotify directly, demanding a retraction or at least a clarification. But Spotify's PR response was pure neutrality. "We do not control the opinions expressed by independent podcast hosts." Translation: you're on your own. And that's when the interview dropped, the one that would flip everything. A mid-level YouTube journalist named Hannah Cole claimed she'd secured a sit-down with a former Rogan staffer. The video opened with Hannah, sitting across from a silhouette, voice distorted, subtitles reading, "Former producer, the JRE." The anonymous voice said, "There was an email, okay? Someone reached out saying they had information about Erica Kirk. They wanted to clear their conscience. They said she'd found comfort in someone from her late husband's foundation." Joe didn't want to name names. He thought hinting would protect everyone. That sentence detonated. 10 million views in 12 hours. Every outlet ran with it. Rogan producer confirms he knew. Podcast Insider says there's proof. Nobody checked sources. Nobody cared. The next morning, Rolling Wave News claimed to have obtained exclusive emails between Rogan and a journalist. The emails read like a screenplay. Rogan: "I don't want to destroy anyone's life, but people deserve honesty." Journalist: "Are you saying she was unfaithful?" Rogan: "Let's just say grief makes strange bedfellows." The authenticity was impossible to verify, but screenshots flooded every corner of the internet. Fans quoted the phrase "strange bedfellows" like gospel. T-shirts were printed. Memes exploded. Meanwhile, Mark Ellison's lawyer released a statement calling the entire thing a coordinated smear campaign. But it was too late. The crowd had chosen its villain. Threads dissected his past relationships, LinkedIn posts, even his Spotify playlists. Someone noticed he followed Joe Rogan's page last year. Proof, apparently, of connection. Erica's situation worsened when a fake voicemail leaked, a woman's voice pleading, "You don't understand. They'll find out." The audio quality was grainy, untraceable, likely AI generated. Yet it trended under hashtag Erica voicemail for 2 days. Each new upload got millions of views before takedown requests caught up. And the saddest part? The more chaotic it got, the more real it all felt. Even skeptics started believing because disbelief was boring. Outrage was entertaining. And entertainment pays. By Thursday night, Joe Rogan finally broke his silence. Not on air, in a late-night tweet. "Crazy week. I said one line about empathy and grief. People built a soap opera around it. Wild world. A denial without denying. A statement without substance." The tweet hit 5 million views in an hour and spawned even more theories. One fan wrote, "He's gaslighting us now." Another replied, "He's protecting someone." The cycle fed itself. Meanwhile, Charlie Kirk's parents re-emerged with a second plea. "Our family asks that this conversation stop. Our son's memory deserves better." Their message was heartfelt, but the algorithm doesn't honor grief, it monetizes it. Backstage, Spotify executives reportedly held an emergency meeting. According to a trade magazine leak, advertisers were nervous. One brand paused campaigns citing ethical concerns. Another quietly renegotiated ad rates. Joe's show had never been this viral, but never this radioactive either. That night, someone on Reddit posted an unverified, leaked contract addendum between Rogan's team and a third-party production house. It mentioned exclusive rights to documentary content inspired by current media events. The thread exploded. Viewers now suspected everything was staged, a manufactured scandal for future content. Maybe Joe planned this. A top comment read, "Maybe we're all part of the experiment." And that's the terrifying beauty of modern outrage. The line between reality and performance evaporates. Nobody knows who's acting anymore. Not even the actors. By Friday, journalists were reporting that federal regulators had started reviewing charitable transactions linked to the Kirk Foundation, purely because of the viral claims. Nothing proven, but it sounded official enough to trend under #FoundationProbe. What began as gossip now flirted with criminal headlines. Through it all, Erica remained silent. No statements. No appearances. Just a single update on her private Facebook page, captured and leaked by someone claiming to be an old friend. The post read, "Silence isn't guilt, it's grief." But in an era addicted to confession, silence became her loudest crime. And that's where the scandal's second wave left off, with Rogan tweeting through the flames, Erica disappearing from public view, and fans convinced the next leak would finally reveal everything. Because in this story, every pause feels like foreshadowing. By the next week, the story had mutated into something darker, a hybrid of tragedy and entertainment the internet couldn't stop watching. What started as a single sentence from Joe Rogan had now become a three-act circus with lawyers, subpoenas, and reputations dangling by a thread. Everyone wanted justice, but no one knew who they were supposed to punish. Late Monday morning, headlines hit. Erica Kirk files defamation suit against podcast giant. The filing, according to court insiders, accused Rogan of reckless speculation resulting in emotional distress. But here's the twist. The document didn't come from Erica's team at all. It was a fake filing, generated by a prank account that looked legitimate enough to fool even reporters. Within hours, CNN and Fox both quoted it before quietly deleting their posts. The damage was done. Joe Rogan sued, trended for 8 hours straight, complete with doctored screenshots of courtroom hearings that never existed. That same day, a new leak dropped, this time from within Spotify itself. An internal memo allegedly sent to upper management read, "All Rogan episodes containing references to EK must be temporarily reviewed for compliance." Employees denied its existence, but who cares about denials when outrage pays in views? Comment sections filled with people screaming, "He's finally being held accountable." Others fired back, "This is cancel culture 3.0. And then came the interview nobody expected. On a live stream with Lex Fridman, Rogan finally addressed the controversy. He looked exhausted, voice lower than usual. "I said something honest, and people made it a scandal," he muttered. "Grief isn't clean, man. People do what they need to survive." But mid-sentence, he slipped. "Look, when I met Mark at the foundation dinner, he told me," that was all he needed to say. Twitter went nuclear. He'd just confirmed he'd actually met the supposed other man. The clip hit 10 million views in 6 hours. Screenshots of his expression, that slight hesitation before the name, became the internet's newest obsession. Rogan had cracked his own facade, and now the sharks smelled blood. Within hours, Mark Ellison appeared on camera for the first time, breaking his silence. "I never had a romantic relationship with Erica Kirk," he said firmly, sitting beside his attorney. But just as he finished, the host played an alleged audio recording of Mark saying, "She needed comfort, and I gave it to her." His jaw tightened. He denied it again, but the damage was irreversible. The headline wrote itself. He gave her comfort. Meanwhile, Erica's world was collapsing quietly. Paparazzi parked outside her gated neighborhood. Drones hovered above her driveway. Even grocery trips became breaking news. An exclusive photo showing her talking to a man at a gas station went viral with the caption, "The affair continues." The man was later identified as her cousin. Too late, the internet doesn't do retractions. Then came the bombshell that reignited everything. Leaked emails allegedly between Joe Rogan's legal team and Spotify execs discussing potential liability exposure. One line read, "If she sues, we settle." Instantly, fans took it as admission of guilt. Legal analysts tried explaining that companies always discuss contingencies. Nobody listened. The court of public opinion doesn't understand nuance. It only understands victory and villains. By midweek, congressional aides were reportedly looking into nonprofit irregularities related to Charlie Kirk's foundation, not because there was proof of fraud, but because the story had become too loud to ignore. A senator even joked on X, "Joe Rogan should get a journalism award for this." It wasn't funny to the Kirk family. Behind closed doors, Erica finally broke her silence, not publicly, but in a leaked voicemail obtained by Page Focus Media. Her voice trembled. "They've turned my grief into entertainment. I never asked for this. I never betrayed anyone." The clip was barely 30 seconds, but it humanized her in a way no lawyer's statement ever could. Fans who once mocked her suddenly defended her. The internet flipped again, overnight. She became the victim. Rogan's camp panicked. The next episode of his podcast opened with an uncharacteristic apology. "Look, this story's gotten ugly," he began. "If my words caused pain, I'm sorry. I was trying to talk about compassion, not accusation." He spoke slowly, sincerely, even referencing his own past mistakes. Sometimes you think you're protecting truth, but you're just feeding noise. The apology split the world in half. Supporters praised his maturity. Critics called it a legal strategy. Commentators mocked him for folding under pressure. But something about his tone felt different, human, tired, like a man realizing that a microphone can start wars. Still, the internet doesn't do closure. Within minutes, users started debating whether Rogan's apology was AI-generated. Others claimed it was forced by Spotify lawyers. Someone slowed the video and pointed out a jump cut at the 147 mark. They edited it. One user claimed, "He probably said her name and they cut it out." The theory trended instantly. At the same time, anonymous insiders kept feeding smaller fires. A tabloid posted supposed text leaks from Rogan's assistant mentioning media blackouts and payout clauses. Totally fake, but formatted convincingly enough to pass. Another outlet published a grainy photo of Rogan shaking hands with a woman in LA, claiming it was Erica. It wasn't. It was a fan at a UFC event. But by the time that correction came out, the photo had been shared 3 million times. The pressure broke something inside the story itself. Reporters started questioning their own coverage. One anchor admitted live on air, "We don't know what's real anymore." That line became the meme of the week, a sad punchline to an information war Rogan never meant to start. And then, just when the world thought it was over, one final twist dropped. A well-known documentary streamer announced a special titled The Rogan Revelation, the scandal that broke the internet. The trailer used dramatic lighting, slow-motion clips, and a narrator whispering, "Behind every secret is a signal, and behind every signal, a choice." Fans lost their minds. Was this real? Was Rogan involved? Had he sold the rights? His silence made people believe he had. The documentary premiered 3 weeks later and broke viewership records. The ending revealed nothing new, no proof, no confession, just a haunting montage of quotes and social media headlines. But the final line stuck. Maybe the truth was never the point. By then, the players had all moved on. Rogan retreated into new podcast topics, MMA, psychedelics, politics, never mentioning the widow again. Erica relocated to a quiet town in Montana, reportedly writing a book on faith under fire. Mark Ellison disappeared entirely from social media. And yet, the clip that started it all still lives online. Endlessly replayed, recaptioned, remonetized. In the end, that's the cruel miracle of the internet. Nothing really dies. Every pause, every blink, every rumor becomes permanent. Joe Rogan never meant to destroy anyone. But one misplaced sentence proved that in a world addicted to exposure, even empathy can sound like an accusation. And as the camera fades, viewers are left with the one question that keeps this entire storm alive. Was any of it ever true? Because maybe that's the real secret Joe Rogan exposed, that truth doesn't have to be real to be believed. So now we're left with a single truth, or maybe 1,000 versions of it. One podcast host, one widow, one sentence that set the entire digital world on fire. What started as curiosity became chaos. What started as empathy became entertainment. And in the middle of it all, a woman who never asked to be famous had her grief auctioned to the highest bidder. But that's the price of living in an age where privacy is content and silence is suspicious. We don't wait for facts, we build them. We don't search for truth, we remix it until it fits our outrage. Joe Rogan spoke 13 words, and the internet built an empire of accusations around them. And somewhere between clicks, edits, and retweets, the humanity disappeared. So ask yourself, who's really guilty here? Joe for speaking? The blogs for twisting? Or us, the audience, for never looking away? Because maybe this was never about a secret affair. Maybe it was about how far we'll go to feel involved in someone else's heartbreak. One rumor, one widow, one world watching. And as the cameras dim and the hashtags fade, one question remains. If truth no longer matters, what does? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this story isn't over. Not by a long shot. Hit that like button, subscribe before the next headline drops, and stay tuned, because the next secret won't whisper. It'll explode.